أعداء الدين واجعل هذا البلد آمنا.
Prophet Yusuf's story begins in the serene household of Prophet Yaqub, where love, faith, and purity formed the atmosphere in which the young boy grew up, unaware that his destiny would become one of the most remarkable and transformative journeys in human history. Yusuf, gifted with extraordinary beauty, remarkable character, and a gentle soul, already stood out among his brothers, though he never sought superiority. One night, under a sky filled with silent stars, he saw a dream that would change the course of his life. 11 stars, the sun, and the moon bowing before him with a harmony that felt both mysterious and divine. Confused yet enthralled, he rushed to his father in the early morning to share the vision, unaware of its weight and the chain of events it would set in motion. Prophet Yaqub, wise and spiritually perceptive, immediately recognized the dream as a sign of future greatness, divine favor, and a destiny far beyond ordinary life. But he also understood that such a revelation could ignite jealousy among Yusuf's older brothers, who had already sensed the special affection their father held for him. With a tender but concerned expression, Yaqub advised his son not to share the dream with his brothers, warning him that envy can easily cloud the judgment of even good men. Still, despite this caution, the brothers' jealousy continued to ferment as they watched Yusuf grow in character and grace. They whispered among themselves in fields and under trees, questioning why their father seemed to favor Yusuf and his younger brother Benjamin over them, even though they were older, stronger, and more capable in worldly matters. Their hearts hardened over time, poisoned by an envy that transformed their brotherly love into resentment. And one day, as their frustration peaked, a dangerous thought was spoken: to remove Yusuf permanently so that their father's affection would return to them. While one suggested killing him outright, another, less cruel but still complicit, proposed throwing him into a deep, abandoned well where a passing caravan might find him. This suggestion, though sinister, appeased the group, and a wicked plan was formed under the illusion that eliminating Yusuf would restore their peace. The next morning, the brothers approached their father with forced smiles and false kindness, asking permission to take Yusuf out to play. Yaqub felt unease rise within him, sensing danger though unable to articulate it fully, and expressed fear that a wolf might harm the boy while they were distracted. Yet with persistent reassurances and well-crafted lies, the brothers convinced him, and Yusuf set out with them, innocent and unaware of what awaited him. As soon as they traveled far enough from home, the brothers' demeanor changed. Their smiles vanished, replaced with cold resolve. They seized Yusuf, dragging him despite his cries of confusion and heartbreak, and carried him toward a lonely well exposed to the open sky. His pleas for mercy were ignored, his tears dismissed, for jealousy had blinded their hearts completely. With cruel determination, they lowered him into the darkness, leaving him trembling at the bottom as their silhouettes disappeared from the edge above. When they returned home at sunset, they carried a shirt stained with goat's blood, performing their grief with dramatic gestures as they told their father that Yusuf had been devoured by a wolf. Prophet Yaqub, holding the shirt in trembling hands, felt sorrow pierce his soul, but he recognized the lie immediately, for the shirt was intact, untouched by any teeth. Still, he remained patient, placing his trust in Allah and declaring that he would endure with beautiful patience. Meanwhile, at the bottom of the well, Yusuf prayed in fear, yet held on to hope, believing that his Lord would not abandon him. Hours passed until a caravan traveling toward Egypt stopped to draw water. When the water drawer lowered his bucket and felt the unexpected weight, he pulled it up and cried out with astonishment that a young boy had been found. The travelers, unaware of Yusuf's noble lineage, claimed him as merchandise and decided to sell him in Egypt. In the bustling markets of the ancient city, Yusuf was sold for a small, undervalued price, an act that reflected human blindness to inner worth. Yet in this misfortune lay the seed of a divine plan. A high-ranking Egyptian official, known as Al-Aziz, noticed Yusuf's exceptional presence and purchased him, instructing his wife to care for him kindly, perhaps even to adopt him. Within the official's household, Yusuf grew into a man of exceptional wisdom, beauty, and integrity, earning respect from all who witnessed his character. Despite the pain of betrayal, separation, and slavery, Yusuf never lost faith in Allah nor doubted the purpose behind his trials. His inner strength and purity only deepened over time, for adversity had carved resilience into his soul. Unknown to Yusuf, the dream he saw as a child was slowly unfolding as each event, painful or fortunate, pushed him toward his destined role. In Egypt, he would later face yet another test when the wife of Al-Aziz, taken by his beauty, attempted to seduce him. He resisted with unwavering morality, seeking refuge in God, and this refusal led to false accusations that eventually resulted in his imprisonment. Yet even prison could not dim his light. He became a source of guidance for fellow inmates, interpreting dreams with divine insight and offering comfort. One day, the king himself, troubled by a dream, sought interpretation, and through God's will, Yusuf's gift became known. He explained the meaning of the king's dream, 7 years of abundance followed by 7 years of famine, and provided a strategy to save the nation. Impressed by his wisdom, the king freed him and elevated him to a position of great authority, making him responsible for managing the country's food supplies. With righteousness and brilliance, Yusuf safeguarded Egypt during the famine, and people from distant regions came seeking help, including his own brothers who had once betrayed him. They did not recognize the powerful man before them, but Yusuf recognized them instantly. Instead of seeking revenge, he tested their sincerity and eventually revealed his identity with compassion, declaring that there was no blame upon them. He understood that God had woven every hardship into a greater plan. He invited them and his father to Egypt, and when Yaqub arrived, tears of long-held grief finally lifted. The dream from Yusuf's childhood became reality. His family bowed to him in respect and gratitude, fulfilling the divine vision he had once shared.